This is KRT, Critical Race Theory. It's not the one they teach in law school, but the one banned in public schools. Today I want to share with you a chapter in the history that serves as a stark reminder of the ethical boundaries that should never be crossed. It's the story known as the Tuskegee Study of Untreated Syphilis in the Negro Male, also referred to as the Tuskegee Experiment or the Tuskegee Syphilis Study. At that time, we were known as Negroes. It was a study conducted between 1932 and 1972 by the United States Public Health Service, also known as PHS, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, on a group of nearly 400 African American men with syphilis. The purpose of the study was to observe the effects of the disease when untreated. But by the end of the study, medical advancements meant it was entirely treatable. The men were not informed of the nature of the experiment, and more than 100 died as a result. Your tax dollars at work. The Public Health Service started the study in 1932 in collaboration with Tuskegee University, then known as Tuskegee Institute. It was a historically black college in Alabama. In the study, investigators enrolled a total of 600 impoverished African American sharecroppers from Macon County, Alabama. Of these men, 399 had latent syphilis, with a control group of 201 men who were not infected. As an incentive for participation in the study, the men were promised free medical care. While the men were provided with both medical and mental care that they otherwise would not have received, they were deceived by the PHS, who never informed them of their syphilis diagnosis and provided disguised placebos, ineffective methods, and diagnostic procedures as treatment for bad blood. The men were initially told that the experiment was only going to last 6 months, but it was extended to 40 years. After funding for treatment was lost, the study was continued without informing the men that they would never be treated. None of the infected men were treated with penicillin, despite the fact that by 1947, the antibiotic was widely available and had become standard treatment for syphilis. The study continued under numerous public health service supervisors until 1972, when a leak to the press resulted in its termination on November 16th of that year. By then, 28 patients had died directly from syphilis. 100 died from complications related to syphilis. 40 of the patients' wives were infected with syphilis, and 19 children were born with congenital syphilis. This is crazy. I wonder if it had not been discovered, would it still be going on today? The 40-year Tuskegee study was a major violation of ethical standards and has been cited as arguably the most infamous biomedical research study in U.S. history. The Tuskegee study's exposure in 1972 led to the creation of the 1979 Belmont Report, establishment of the Office of Human Research Protection, also known as OHRP, and the implementation of federal laws mandating institutional review boards for human subject protection. The OHRP manages this responsibility within the United States Department of Health and Human Services, also known as HHS. Its revelation has also been an important cause of distrust in medical science and the U.S. government amongst African Americans. During World War II, 256 infected subjects registered for the draft, leading to their diagnosis with syphilis at military induction centers. They were then required to undergo treatment for syphilis before being eligible for armed services. PHS researchers prevented these men from getting treatment, thus depriving them of chances for a cure. Researchers asked that these men excluded from the list of draftees needing treatment in order to make it possible to continue the study on an effective basis. By 1947, penicillin had become standard therapy for syphilis. The U.S. government sponsored several public health programs to form rapid treatment centers to eradicate the disease. When campaigns to eradicate venereal disease came to Macon County, study researchers prevented their subjects from participating. Although some of the men in the study received arsenic or penicillin treatments elsewhere, for most of them, this did not amount to adequate therapy. By the end of the study in 1972, only 74 of the test subjects were still alive. Of the original 399 men, 28 had died of syphilis, 100 died of related complications, 40 of their wives had been infected, and 19 of their children were born with congenital syphilis. The revelation in 1972 of the study failures by whistleblower Peter Buxton led to major changes in U.S. law and regulation concerning the protection of participants in clinical studies. Studies now require informed consent, communication of diagnosis, and accurate reporting of test results. On May 16, 1997, President Bill Three Strikes Slick Willie Clinton formally apologized on behalf of the United States to victims of the study, calling it shameful and racist. He said, quote, "What was done cannot be undone, but we can end the silence. We can stop turning our heads away. We can look at you in the eye and finally say on behalf of the American people, what the United States government did was shameful, and I am sorry." Yes, you are. This has been Critical Race Theory. Please like and subscribe. Leave a super thanks or buy me a coffee, and share this video with your friends and family. I'll see you next time.